If you're growing vegetables at home, there are 3 words you need to know: heirloom, hybrid, GMO. What do they mean? Let's talk about it. Let's start with that last one, the GMO. That stands for genetically modified organism. Now, when it comes to plants and GMOs, what they mean is that that plant has been modified in a laboratory, usually through gene splicing, and usually taking the genetics of one type of organism and adding them into the genetics of a different type of organism. For example, there are GMOs where they've taken Bacillus thuringiensis, which is a bacteria that kills caterpillars, and spliced those genes into corn plants. So that way caterpillars, if they feed on those corn plants, will be killed. GMOs are extremely common in large-scale agriculture in the US. However, home gardeners need not worry at all about GMOs because there are no GMO plants available to home gardeners. Except for one. There is now one GMO plant available for home gardeners, and that is the purple tomato from Norfolk Healthy Produce, but we'll talk about that in another video. So that leaves us with 2 options when you are purchasing transplants or seeds for your home vegetable garden. That is hybrids and heirloom varieties. Hybrids are different from GMO because these are not something that was modified in a laboratory. It's just cross-pollination that has happened either naturally or through intentional cross-pollinating from 2 different plant parents. And creating hybrids through cross-pollination has been happening for thousands of years. With vegetable plants, plants are typically hybridized to select for specific traits. For example, if you have one tomato plant that produces lots of fruit, but another one that is very disease resistant, you can pollinate the 2 together and then observe the offspring and find offspring that are disease resistant and good at producing a lot of fruit. So if you're looking at a plant tag or a label on a seed packet and it says hybrid, then more than likely this has been bred for a specific purpose, and it's going to be a good producer, it's going to be consistent, and it's going to be disease resistant. The only real negative to using hybrids is because they are not stable genetically. If you save the seeds from them, they may or may not be true to type when you grow them the following year. If you grow celebrity tomatoes, save the seeds from them, and plant them the following season, you're going to grow tomato plants, but they may or may not have the same characteristics as that original celebrity tomato. And so that brings us to heirloom varieties of plants. Now, this is where you can actually save seeds from these plants from generation to generation, and they're going to be stable from one generation to another. Now, one interesting tidbit is that your heirloom varieties of vegetables are also hybridized. It's just they were hybridized long ago, either through natural processes or through selective breeding many years ago. But they have been bred enough times that they have now become stable and can be passed down, keeping those unique characteristics from one generation to the next. Now, to summarize, if you want maximum yield, maximum production, and disease resistance and ease of growth, you probably want to grow hybrid varieties. If you want unique flavors, unique colors, and types of plants, and be able to save the seeds from one generation to the next, then you probably want to grow heirloom varieties. It just comes down to your personal preference and what you want to have in your own garden. So hopefully this clarified some things for you. If you like this type of content, make sure that you are commenting on this video and give us a follow.